Sarah, why didn't you tell me you were getting married? I was shocked when I suddenly got a wedding invitation. I knew you had a boyfriend, but when did things progress this far? Sorry for keeping it quiet. I wanted to surprise you. I'm glad the invitation arrived safely. It's still quite a ways off. But what do you think? Can you make it? Of course I'm going to my best friend's wedding. I wouldn't miss it for anything. I'm so happy. Thank you. I'll tell Dad to block off those dates right away. I need to take 3 days off for your wedding, before and after. That's too much. You don't need to take so many days off. Are you kidding? 3 days is barely enough. Remember when we were in high school and I spent a week planning my Sweet 16? This is way more important. I remember that party. Your dad rented out an entire hotel ballroom. Exactly. And this is your wedding. I want to give the maid of honor speech, and I need time to perfect the draft, get a new dress, and make sure my hair and nails are absolutely perfect. You really don't have to go to all that trouble. What kind of best friend would I be if I didn't? Besides, in our social circle, this is just basic etiquette. My father is the CEO of a famous company, so as his daughter, I need to maintain certain standards wherever I go. Your dad is the CEO of that huge restaurant chain corporation, isn't he? I still remember the first time I visited your house. It was such a shock. I'd never seen a house with its own movie theater before. Oh, that old thing? Daddy just had it installed because I mentioned wanting to watch movies in comfort. Well, we're in a different league from ordinary people, but tell me about your fiancé. How did he propose? What brand is your engagement ring? I need all the details. You're asking so many questions. Of course I am. I'm attending, after all. He better not be some softy having a flashy wedding. Well, we met in high school, right? Yeah, we went to high school and university together. What about it? I was living in a different area during junior high, and we were classmates for all 3 years. OMG, what? That's like something from a TV drama. Tell me everything. How did you reconnect? Was it fate? Did you bump into each other in the rain? Nothing that dramatic. We were in the same class for all 3 years of junior high school and had lots of interaction through club activities. We were both in the gardening club and got along pretty well even then. Gardening club? That's unique. But go on. So we met again at a reunion as adults and started dating. Oh my God. That's literally destiny. How romantic. I'm so jealous. I went to all girls' schools from elementary through high school, so I never had any romance. So tell me about the proposal. Don't leave out a single detail. Actually, it was in Hawaii. Hawaii? We both took extended time off for our anniversary and went on a Hawaiian vacation. He proposed after dinner one night while we were walking on the beach. Which beach? Which restaurant? What were you wearing? I need specifics. We had dinner at a beautiful oceanfront restaurant in Waikiki. I was wearing that blue dress you helped me pick out last summer. Perfect choice. What time of day was it? Was the sun setting? Were there other people around? It was just after sunset, during that perfect twilight hour. The beach was pretty quiet, just a few other couples walking around. The waves were so peaceful. How romantic. I want a proposal like that too. I need to tell Dad that if he's going to arrange any marriages for me, the guy better be at least that romantic. It sounds like he's the perfect planner if he decided to propose on the beach at sunset. Yeah, it really was wonderful. We both grew up far from the sea, so we were really excited to spend a vacation in Hawaii right on the beach. I can imagine. Now, how about that ring? You still haven't told me the brand. Well, we don't have one. What? No engagement ring? Are you serious? Actually, he has a metal allergy, and we'd already discussed not needing rings. A metal allergy? That's the lamest excuse I've ever heard. An engagement ring. He may be allergic, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't have one. Yeah, I'm not really interested in rings either, and it's not an excuse. He really does have an allergy. Anyway, considering our future, we thought it would be better not to have them. What do you mean, considering your future? Well, I'm going to quit my job and help with his family business. Oh, I see. That's a relief. A relief? What do you mean? I was worried he was using the metal allergy as an excuse because he couldn't afford a ring. For a moment, I thought your fiancé might be poor. But if there's a family business, he must be from a good company. What industry? Tech? Real estate? Actually, let me guess. Finance? Investment banking? Oh, is it one of those startup unicorns? I wouldn't care about rings whether we had money or not. We're both more practical than that. That's ridiculous. That's a poor person's wedding type of wedding. At least tell me you got something else instead. Actually, we did. Instead of rings, we bought each other watches in Hawaii. Oh, watches. Now we're talking. Rolex, Cartier, Patek Philippe. I'm not sure about the brand, but we found a place where we could customize them ourselves. It was really special because they don't use metal on the areas that touch the skin, and we even got to design them together. Wait, no name brands? That's insane. Wearing non-branded items is absolutely crazy. What will people think? What does that matter as long as we're happy with them? Just because they're not branded. I can't believe my best friend is settling for something so basic, but whatever. At least the wedding venue seems decent enough. Speaking of which, the wedding venue? Like I said earlier, I'm doing the maid of honor speech, right? I've already started drafting it. About that, we were actually planning to ask one of our mutual friends. No way. Absolutely not. I'm a better speaker. Let me do it. When the MC introduces me as the daughter of a major restaurant chain CEO, it'll create quite a stir. Think of the prestige. Well, that would surprise everyone, since it's a pretty well-known household name, but even though I'm just a regular employee now, I'll eventually take over from Dad, so they could even mention that I'm the future CEO. Imagine how impressed everyone will be. I'll have to discuss the speech with Matthew before making any decisions. Go ahead, I'll wait. Tell him the reception will be so much more exciting with me speaking. I'll make sure everyone knows how exclusive this wedding is. Hey, Matthew, how are you? Do you have a moment? I need to ask you something.
Just finished work. I'm on my lunch break. What's up?
You know how we asked our middle school friend to do the wedding speech?
Yeah, they were so excited. They said they're already working on it. They even called me yesterday to confirm the details about some middle school stories. We ended up reminiscing for a bit.
Well, my high school friend, the daughter of that restaurant chain CEO.
Oh, right, Rachel. Your best friend from high school? The one who sent you that designer bag for your birthday?
That's the one. She wants to do a speech too.
That's unusual. Most of the people we know are the type to shy away from standing out.
Well, this one likes the attention, so she's asking me to think about it. She's thinking the reception would be more exciting if people knew she's a restaurant chain CEO's daughter.
Well, if she wants to give a speech, we could add another speech slot. We were planning to keep the entertainment minimal anyway, but one more speech wouldn't be a problem.
Really? You'd do that? Thank you! Then I'll ask her if she can write a speech too.
Oh, by the way, speaking of the wedding, I got approval for a request about the reception meal.
Really? That's great! Your family's vegetables are always so amazing.
As a farmer's son, I'm so happy that everyone at the wedding will get to taste dishes made of our vegetables. Dad's especially excited about showcasing the new heritage tomato variety.
I love your family's vegetables, so I'm excited too. Remember how I used to come over in middle school and snack on fresh vegetables? Thinking back on those days, I'm so embarrassed by how much they catered to me whenever I barged into your house.
You were a teenage girl who generally enjoyed vegetables, so my parents kept giving you more and more. They were really sad when you moved away for high school and stopped coming to our farm. Mom still talks about how you were the only one who appreciated her pickled radishes.
Those pickled radishes were amazing! I still dream about them sometimes.
That's why when we announced our engagement and that you'd be joining the family, they were absolutely overjoyed. Mom's already planning to teach you all her pickling secrets.
I'm so happy they've welcomed me so warmly.
But are you sure it's okay? You'll be quitting your job to become a farmer's wife. It's such a big change. You can stay at your current job if you're enjoying it, you know.
I love vegetables, and I love delicious food. And most importantly, I love you and your family. I'd love to help you all out around the house.
Thanks, Sarah. You don't know how much that means to me.
That's my line. I'm so happy that we're getting married and that we can take this next step together. I'll go and let Rachel know about the speech. Enjoy the rest of your break. Hey! I talked with Matthew and we decided that we want you to give a speech too. Smart choice. Leave it to me. I'll prepare an amazing speech. I'm thinking of opening with a quote from either Shakespeare or Audrey Hepburn. Don't get ahead of yourself. The wedding's still far away. Oh, I just told Dad about your wedding, and he said if you need any chefs for the reception, he can send some really skilled one from his connections. He also has special suppliers for meat, so he can get high-quality meat at good prices. What do you think? Only the best for my bestie. He's ready to call, so let me know. I'm touched that he's so thoughtful. Please thank him for me. But we're all set. Matthew's family owns a farm, and we're planning to use their vegetables for the dishes. We've already booked a catering service, too. What? Wait a minute. Are you serious? Huh? Did I say something strange? His family owns a farm? You're joking. Please tell me you're joking. It's true. Even in elementary and middle school, I used to snack on their vegetables all the time. They're really delicious. I'd love for you to try them. I think you'll love the dishes we picked out for the dinner. No way. I only eat from Dad's approved suppliers because they only deal in premium products. I can't eat anything else. What kind of joke is this? Their vegetables are premium quality. They supply to many high-end restaurants. Besides, marrying a farmer's son is like choosing poverty. Don't tell me you're actually planning to work on the farm, like with dirt and stuff. You'll have to work all year round. Of course I am. That's what happens when you marry into a farming family. I'm excited about it. This is insane. I don't know what mental image you have of farming, but it can't be good. Do you realize what you've given up? Your career, your social status, everything? I'm not giving up anything. I'm gaining a wonderful family and a meaningful career. I can't imagine marrying into a farming family. There's being eccentric, and then there's this. What will people think? What will I tell my friends? Is it really that bad? Why does it matter what other people think? Cancel this marriage before you regret it. As your best friend, I cannot allow you to marry into a farming family. Think about your future. Think about our friendship. I don't think you need to be that controlling. You'll regret being poor when it's too late. I knew something was wrong when there was no engagement ring. My instincts were right. I'm very selective about who I associate with. If you become poor, I'll have to cut ties with you. Is that what you want? What? You'd go that far? I warned you, Sarah. You should think about this. Which is more important to you, your dirt-covered boyfriend or your best friend? Wait a minute, Rachel. I think you've misunderstood. Rachel. Rachel. Rachel, the ceremony is about to start. You're not here yet. Is everything okay? Sorry, I just woke up. What? You just woke up? I had to work overtime yesterday, so what could I do? Dad works his daughter too hard. Well, by overtime I mean I was being entertained at a teppanyaki restaurant as Dad's daughter, along with some business partners. The food was delicious. Overtime? Didn't you say you'd have to take 3 days off around my wedding so that you wouldn't miss it? Well, it would be stupid to turn down delicious teppanyaki just for a wedding I'm not attending. What? You're not attending? Of course not. I can't possibly eat some unknown poor farmer's weeds at the reception. Only premium ingredients touch my lips. So I'm not coming to the wedding today. Good luck having fun without me. Wait a minute. If that's how you felt, you should have told me earlier that you weren't coming. You even checked attending on the RSVP card. Do you know how much planning goes into wedding seating? That's because I impulsively checked attending and mailed it before I knew your fiancé was a farmer. How was I supposed to know you'd fallen so low? Really? What about the speech you were going to give at the reception? The one you insisted on doing? Of course I won't do it. I don't want to mention Dad's company name at some poor person's wedding, and I don't want to attend a poor wedding. So I'm not coming. Besides, I just got my nails done. I can't risk getting them dirty at a farm wedding. Oh, okay. If that's what you really think, it's a shame you feel that way. Good luck having fun without me, loser. I don't know why you'd go out of your way to become poor. I don't understand that mentality. I'm selective about who I associate with, so this is the end of our friendship. I don't want you coming to me for help when you can't handle the poor life anymore. If you do, I'll just have to say that I told you so. I think you're the one who's going to have problems. That's impossible. I've been on the winning side of life since birth. Well, goodbye, ex-best friend. Have fun being satisfied with your poor husband. I warned you, so don't come crying to me later on. Wait, what's going on? Why am I getting scolded by Mom and Dad just because I didn't go to your wedding? Because you rudely canceled at the last minute on the wedding of an important contract farmer's son. Did you even think about the consequences? Huh? Contract farmer? What are you talking about? The farm I'm marrying into is a famous farm with annual sales over $10 million. Top restaurants and renowned chefs specifically request contracts with them. While $10 million might not seem like much to your father's company, they deliberately keep operations within what the family can manage, focusing on growing vegetables with the utmost care. It's amazing to have sales over $10 million at that scale. Wait, you mean they're Dad's suppliers? Why didn't you tell me? I found out later too. They just recently started doing business with your father. Apparently he's been persistently trying to get a contract with them for a while. But since his restaurant chain is nationwide, they couldn't handle the volume without increasing production, and they had to consider their relationships with other famous restaurants they supply to, so they kept declining your father's offers. Come to think of it, Dad was really happy about finally securing a deal with a supplier he'd been wanting to work with for ages. He and Mom were on vacation until yesterday celebrating that. Oh no. They wanted to attend the wedding, but we decided not to invite any business partners to avoid favoritism or business talk. But we invited you as my friend. Your father was probably counting on you, only to have you cancel last minute and insult them by calling them poor. That must have been quite something. I didn't know any of that. This is terrible timing. Now what am I supposed to do? Besides, the contract with your father was made with the understanding that you'd eventually take over the company. So Matthew's dad agreed because he'd hoped we could maintain a long-term relationship. He only agreed to the offer because he didn't want it to ruin our friendship. What? Well, we're not best friends anymore. So maybe this business deal will fall through too. That's how business relationships work, right? No way! Dad will never forgive me if that happens. He's been trying to get this contract for years. Do you know how many fancy dinners he hosted trying to convince them? That's between you and your father. It's not my business. If I were you, I'd spend less time messaging me and more time talking with your father. By the way, your father contacted me saying he wants to come apologize for his daughter's foolish behavior. Wait, Dad's going to apologize? He never apologizes to anyone. This is bad. This is really bad. Actions have consequences, Rachel. Even for Daddy's little princess. He mentioned that he'd have to give you a good talking to and make you learn your lesson. This can't be happening. I've never been yelled at by Dad before. You often throw around your father's name and company name, but if you're going to benefit from your father's position, you need to take responsibility for your actions. That's what real business people do. He's saying I've shown zero business sense, that I've potentially damaged a crucial supplier relationship. I'm not fit to be his successor. He's saying I've embarrassed the entire company. Sounds like he's being a responsible CEO. Maybe you should have paid more attention during those business dinners instead of just enjoying the food. What should I do? Dad just said that I'm fired from the company and I need to move out of the house. He's serious. He already had HR prepare my termination papers. That's rough. Don't act like this is not your problem. This is all because of your wedding. If you had just told me about the farm being successful. My wedding? What are you talking about? This is the consequence of your own actions. Would knowing they were wealthy have changed your behavior? Would you have treated them with respect then? What am I supposed to do? He's telling me to study and learn, and it looks like he's seriously going to kick me out. He's already frozen my credit cards. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe start by learning the value of work and not judging people based on their profession? Would apologizing fix this? I'm sorry for canceling on you at the last minute. Maybe I should apologize to your father-in-law too. Do you think that counts as a real apology? Just trying to save yourself? Then what should I do? I can't survive without Dad's support. I don't even know how to do laundry. I'm sorry, but we're not friends anymore, and I've moved away to live with my husband. I can't do anything for you. You'll just have to work it out on your own. Okay, I'll apologize. I'll even get on my knees if I have to. So please, tell Dad to forgive me, and from now on, I'll be the one handling our company's relationship with your farm. I promise I'll do better. You're about to be fired, and you think you can handle such an important business relationship? You're asking your father, the same person who's trying to fire you right now, to trust you with million-dollar contracts? But, I'm his daughter, his princess. He's always given me whatever I wanted. You seem to think your father will do anything if you ask, but he doesn't just care about you alone. As a CEO with thousands of employees, he needs to take care of the company too. If you were planning to take over, you should have understood that. Business isn't about being a princess. He doesn't just exist for you, Rachel. Are you saying I should just quietly accept being fired? No way. I want to keep living as Daddy's girl. Being entertained at fancy restaurants, having an easy job where nobody complains even if I slack off, and living luxuriously with Daddy's money. Besides, I can't live any other way than luxuriously at this point. Sorry, but that's an issue between you and your father, not me. I've only just moved here, and I still have a lot to unpack. Oh, and I have vegetables to tend to. I'm afraid I just don't have the time for someone like you anymore, so I'll have to cut off contact with you. You're going to cut me off? No way. You're not going to block me, are you, Sarah? We're best friends. This is ridiculous. We can't stop being best friends over something like this. Remember all our shopping trips, all our spa days? You're the one who said we couldn't be friends anymore because you're selective about associates and decided I was poor. Well then, goodbye again. Enjoy your job search. I proceeded to block Rachel on the messaging app. In the end, she was fired from her father's company and told to move out, starting a new life without any support. In her 30s, she started working hourly wage jobs for the first time and living alone, but her expensive habits didn't change, leaving her constantly struggling with money. As far as the business relationship with her father's company, after much discussion, it continued, but on a reduced scale. My father-in-law said he would immediately terminate the relationship if there were any unpleasant interactions in the future.